don't think it has a misfire. Oh, yeah.
Can't believe this is happening.
Yeah! Welcome to another episode of Staff Inspection. Again, we're going to be working on the Corvette, and the mission is to add parts that fit on the car. But it's already late, so we're going to get started with the first thing on this list, which happens to be the valve covers. From there, we're going to move to injectors, and then we'll get to the opti spark, plug wires, spark plug, water pump, radiator, and then all our fluids. Ready?
Let's get started, man.
Let's get started. So this is what our valve covers ended up looking like. Really stoked on the outcome. Jose and I went to his shop, took the valve covers, stripped them down, painted them. First step, we're gonna clean these all up. We're gonna grab our gaskets, throw a little silicone on them so they'll stick into the grooves that they need to stay in, and then we'll put them on. This time they should work. We took them off the car, so they should work. Valve covers are on, looking pretty fresh. Right now, Jose's getting the injectors out. So these things are 23 pounds an hour, which is pretty close to the stock numbers.
They should be fine. I'm just so used to like dropping injectors and having to do computer stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
While we have this a little bit open, and clean this up a little bit, and then get these injectors on here.
so we'll take these clips. Once we take out those clips, we'll take out the injectors, and then these clips are actually gonna go on the new injectors. Obviously, you can hold them the same way. So we'll put these clips on those other injectors. We'll put a little bit of grease on both sides of the O-ring, so on this O-ring and the O-ring that sits on the fuel rim, and then from there we should be able to just throw them back in there, slide them in there, make sure the pins lock up in the fuel rods that they should, and throw them in back in their places. The easy way is to just get them, slide them out, and then twist your injectors off.
There's also a release valve where you can unscrew and it'll release some of the pressure.
What you do is to give me the screwdriver, just pretty much just kind of press. It's a Schrader valve in there, so just press it and fuel. You can relieve the pressure, the fuel pressure that was already in there.
Pull these out, grab the new ones.
Yeah.
Look at that, man. Starting to look like something.
Starting to look like something.
Valve covers,
Valve cover's done.
injectors.
Injector's done.
And the game plan for tonight, we're just gonna take the old opti spark off and put the new one on because we're right there. And we also have our adapter that we got from EFI Connection. We'll get this thing put on.
Let's do it.
Chicky.
See if we got maybe something else. A smaller extension maybe? Like this? Yeah.
There we go.
Bam.
There's our old one.
It's out.
Here's our new one.
Oh, there it is. That was a sweet spot.
Felt like it went in, eh?
Yeah.
One thing that's really cool with this MSD OptiSpark comes with hardware
That you have to use.
that you have to use. There's a bolt up here where you can adjust the timing plus or minus 7 degrees without having to actually like take it off and adjust it. All right, so OptiSpark is in, looking good. Too bad this is probably the last time we're gonna see it.
The last time we're literally gonna see it. After we put in the water pump, we won't see it again.
We'll not see it again. OptiSpark, boom. Here's our OptiSpark adapter. All right, let's get out of here. Today, we're making moves. We got our list. We're gonna move on with the plug wires and the spark plugs, get to the water pump, radiator, fluids. We'll throw the crank pulley back on there. But I got the homie Johnny in today.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, dog? Hey, how do you know Vince?
Roommate.
You're Vince's roommate.
And I used to work with them back in the days.
Okay, and he's been coming home and telling you that we got this Corvette C4 and it's not running. You got tired of that.
Yeah, I said let's get that thing going, man.
Hell yeah. Johnny happens to work on C4 Corvettes quite a bit in the past. And also you and Vince got one sitting in the backyard just, you know, as an ornament right now. Project car.
Yeah, so hit up Van, tell him to fix it.
Comment below, tell Vince he's got to fix his Corvette. We're gonna jam on these spark plug wires and spark plugs because it is an absolute pain in the ass. If you look at where they're at, it's hard to even see. So we'll probably have to take this off, take some other stuff off. One thing that's nice is we got the opti, it's right there. You know, nothing's in front of it, so it'll be easy to plug into there. We're gonna get to it. All right, so we got our spark plugs pulled out. How you looking over there, Johnny?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah, putting these in on this side now.
Oh, you're putting them in, okay.
Yeah.
So we'll put them all in and then worry about the plug wires?
Then we'll run the wires, yeah.
Okay, so we're at the stage where we're gonna put the new spark plugs in. We got some anti-seize we're gonna throw on them before we put them in. And we also picked up a gapping tool just to make sure that the spark plugs are gapped correctly. So we'll take care of that right now and get them thrown in. All right, so we gapped our spark plugs to 0.50 because they came at 0.437. Now we're gonna throw a little bit of the anti-seize on there, and then we're gonna throw some dielectric grease on the boot, just a touch. AutoZone gave us the Mondo. Explain the reason why we are doing the anti-seize.
Basically because you have two different metals going together. You have aluminum heads and then you have steel plugs.
And those two different metals, they expand and contract at different temperatures, correct?
Exactly.
Okay, all right, learning something. We got all our plug wires ran, new spark plugs in place. So we got a thermostat from AutoZone for our new water pump. Now, would you say that makes a big difference?
It just helps your warm up in the morning, basically, but they take them out and this, you know, thermostat gets plugged, car starts overheating. Easiest thing to do is just rip it out.
Yeah. All right, so we're looking good. We're making moves here. Water pump is in. We got our throttle cable bracket back on, alternator bracket back on. We're gonna put the serpentine belt on. So the tensioner's down there, gonna loosen it up and throw the belt on. We're gonna put this new radiator I picked up, Frostbite Performance Cooling. Once we get all that stuff on, fire this thing up. So Johnny, what exactly are we doing here?
We're using a smart funnel to put coolant in it. What that does is it just brings the coolant level higher than the normal, and it forces all the air out of the system without you really making a mess.
All right, the moment has come. We're gonna start it up. Misfire.
But it wants to do a burnout.
It does. Yeah. Oh yeah. Super pumped and fired right up. Yo, can't thank you enough, man. Coming in, helping me out. Guy comes in on a Sunday, helping me out. Jose, huge shout out to you. Vince, thanks, bro. So we'll be back at it. What we're gonna do next is add the suspension and a few other things to make the car look good. But really pumped that it fired right up.